So, you said that you see sound.
Yes. So what's the deal? What's the point of this? I see a pitch black void, and the sound are like waves of color, and I'm surfing them, and I'm not really in control. I know I'm going in a direction. I'm like, all right, well, we're gonna see where this goes, and they're different colors and like they're different swells, and I think the closest thing I could compare it to is have you seen like the photo like the bioluminescent like waves? Like that's what it looks like. It's like that color blue. It's like electric blue and like electric pink, like highlighter colors in a black void.
Yeah, so you're a full-time voice actor
Yes.
as well as musician, which I'm sure involves a lot of vocal technique and dexterity. How does that translate into your singing in your musical world?
It really, like, they feed each other because, like, I feel like the more characters and the more voices that I unlock, and the more challenges I set for myself, like, the impressions are a really great way for me to discover new textures and timbres in my voice and just, like, challenge myself vocally. And so, you know, the more I do with voice acting, the more I do in the music, and the more I do from the music, the more it feeds the voice acting. So, you know, it's just like coloring on the walls of my voice, and yeah, and it just keeps it really fun and interesting. And I feel like this album coming out this year really captures a lot of like the bleed over between voice acting and music, and there's a lot of characters, and there's just a lot of I feel like you're hearing the inside of my head because there's a lot of voices. So
I can totally hear that, especially with the unreleased songs, because your range is all over the place in this. But I wanted to talk about, you mentioned your vocal impressions.
Mm-hmm.
How do you, whenever you're emulating somebody else, take that and say, okay, this is the Mikky sound?
Oh, okay. So like I feel like the impressions. Like, I feel like when you listen to the music, you hear tastes of everything. Like, you hear, like, oh, that kind of sounds like Gwen Stefani. Oh, that kind of sounds like, you know, Courtney Love. Like, I feel like they're just different colors to play with. Yeah, and I feel like the more I play, the more I just, like, am goofy with it. Shame, my mama said to get it, I'ma do an album, got it. Give 'em big brain. And it takes a lot of pressure off. Like, I feel like, you know, art is supposed to be fun. Art is supposed to be like, it's supposed to be this big release, but so often can it feel really punishing. And like, and I think like, you know, sometimes I feel like I am trying to protect the play, like just the play and the fun and like why you did this in the first place so much. And being able to like just kind of tap into some of my favorite artists and people and their voices like helps me find my own, and I feel like it's just like a fun hodgepodge of colors and whatnot. Yeah. So
I love that. Would you do some vocal impressions for us? Do y'all want to hear some vocal impressions? Yes.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna
let's start with Gwen Stefani. I know that you can do that.
All right, it might take me a second if I don't nail it the first time. Ooh. So when I want to do Gwen, you gotta make your eyes really big, and so much of it is like gestures. Oh, I'm just a girl in the world. That's all. Take this pink ribbon off my eyes. I'm exposed, and it's no big surprise. Don't you think I know exactly where I stand? This world is forcing me to hold your hand.
Hell yeah! There's that like fast Gwen Stefani vibrato in there too. It's iconic. You do a really impressive Jodie Foster impression.
Who told you that? It might be hard for you all to hear it because it's honestly just a sassy. It's just a whisper. It's just a man. It's just like you gotta like bring all the energy down. You gotta give me a second because I'm a Energizer bunny. You gotta get really like heavy with your gaze. You gotta turn your head a little bit. No, sir. I don't think so. I'd like to leave now.
Are there any artists, when you're thinking about doing impressions, that you will not touch with a 10-foot pole? Like, can we expect a Tom Waits impression at some point?
You know, I'm kind of reckless with this stuff, and I'm just like, I can do it. I know I got it in me. I could try. Not right now.
Well, yeah.
But now it's on the list.
It's on the list. I want to hear that. Yeah.
Someone that I've tried Mariah Carey, but I just don't have like those runs. But I think one day I will.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Who is someone that I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole? Honestly, like, funny enough, I'd probably avoid Taylor Swift just so I don't get, like, absolutely destroyed by her family.
I made one comment on one Taylor Swift video one time, and it just affected my whole algorithm forever.
You're still getting hate mail.
They do, yeah. Well, anyway, I want to pivot to some of your records. I know you worked with Mobley on your latest EP. Yes. If y'all don't know Mobley, he's an amazing Austin artist. And I've seen him perform, really incredible, but his sound is very different from y'all. So what was that creative collaboration like?
It was really wonderful. He is so wickedly talented, and like, especially, it was my first time like recording anything with a band in a studio, and you know, he really just made it easy. There was a lot of like, I think a lot of inner turmoil, like, okay, well, you know, how do we elevate this music? And it was really nice because you could just kind of give him, you know, some points, like, of, you know, how you imagine it would be. And I used really, like, just unhelpful words. Like, you know, just like, I want it to sound big. Great. You know, you want that pop polished production, which he, while still maintaining that indie sound, and he really I think nailed it. Was so wonderful to work with, and just you know, tracking vocals with him in particular was really cool because I had quite a bit of anxiety going into it. I put a lot of pressure on myself all the time, you know, and so he really just, you know, helped me find the zone and just flow, and was a really great sounding board to bounce off of, you know, with things to try. So he's wonderful. I'm really happy with how that turned out.
Yeah.
But this new stuff, you know, I think like chapter 1 of this project was very much about me trying to make people happy, you know, me wanting to show that I really, really appreciated that I could make music with people who I found really talented. And so I really prioritize everyone else's vision above my own, which still made something wonderful, because when you make music with people with wonderful taste, you're going to make something wonderful. But it didn't feel like what I wanted to really, you know, make. And so, you know, the past couple months has been, this project has taken a lot of twists, wonderful twists and turns, and has really helped me explore myself as just a person, and unlearning a lot of people pleasing that I've really spent my entire life, you know, learning, and realizing that when you make yourself happy, and you find your own light, then other people, you know, are inspired to find their own, and the whole goal of what you were setting out to do is actually accomplished, versus like, you know, getting just getting on your knees and being like, I love you, I appreciate you, I want you to be happy. But you know, when you find your own happiness and you find your own sound and you stick up for yourself, even if that means, you know, people might not like you, people might not, you know, like what you have to say, and just leave it all out there, then you can find something that really resonates with you. And I really feel like this sound and this record, these 10 songs, really, really resonate with me. It really is my, I feel like what I'm trying to say is actually being heard the way I want to say it, versus, you know, just constantly feeling like I'm an alien. Because I feel like music is one of the only times where like I feel like I actually make sense, and you know, yeah.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest difference between your chapter 1 and chapter 2 in terms of sound?
It's definitely rowdier. It's very, I think it's really dynamic in the sense that like I feel like I am able to express like my softer sides, my my poppier sides, my, all the colors that make the palette inside me are expressed, and really just like, letting my intensity out unapologetically to its fullest extent, really letting like my rage out, my my confusion, my happiness, my sadness, just accepting that I'm intense as a person. I'm intense, and that's okay, and I'm going to take up all the space, and I'm going to just fucking roar.
Hell yeah.
So that's what I think I just feel like I'm actually roaring, so.
Amazing. So you said your first single, is it Small Man?
Small
comes
Man,
out?
yes.
Okay. What inspired that? When I heard it, I had a vision of exactly who this man was, but I want to know more from your perspective.
Yeah, so that song in particular was inspired by just like a recent realization that, I have given space. Small men in my life only take up space when I give them room. Obviously, there's some small men that are taking up a lot of space right now in the world, and they're hurting a lot of people. But this song, although it really reflects quite perfectly to the political landscape, is really quite personal about like the small men that I've made room for in my life that have, just have been coddled because that's what we teach, society. We teach girls to restrain themselves, and boys that their tantrums will be coddled. Really taking back space and sticking up for myself, even if that means that I will be vilified and made out to be a monster, and just, this is my response to burn the witch, because I think when women, stand up for themselves, they are often met with a lot of intensity and not much nuance and not much space to really give their side of the story. So this is me essentially knocking the small men who ride high horses on the low road down. And, I think I express my opinions. I let my work do the talking. And this is definitely one way I'm doing that is letting my art send the message. So
let's give it up for Mikky, y'all.